We received from the Fish and Game a packet dated March 30th, 2010, saying that we had to sign up with the RCD for the Section 1600 CESA and ITP projects. On June 17th at approximately 3:30 p.m. we received a visit from two armed Fish and Game officers. Then Officer Number 1 informed me that our water rights from the Camp Ditch, Shafferford Creek Diversion Number 6, Proof Number 36, Priority April 1st, 1858, and the Ralph Eastlick Ditch, Shafferford Creek Diversion Number 3, Proof Number 21, recorded February 14th, 1911 in Book 6 of Water Rights, page 471, Records of Siskiyou County, were being used in violation of Fish and Game Code 1600s, CESA, and ITP. He then asked if we were going to sign up with RCD Fish and Game program projects, to which I replied we had not decided yet. He stated that we had till June 22nd, 2010 to comply. After this date, a citation would be submitted to the Siskiyou County DA's office. If the Siskiyou County DA's office denied the citation, then the Fish and Game would submit it to the California State Attorney General's office. The conversation continued with Officer Number 1, explaining the fines and jail time one would be faced with if convicted.
I never thought that I would live long enough to see how government officials have turned things around and kind of going against the citizenry. I felt that the way they indicated on the letter that you had to sign up, otherwise you were in violation and subject to fine, and I decided that I was not going to acknowledge their control of my water.
We've received letters wanting us to sign with RCD on the incidental take permit, and as far as money for our diversion, it's a pretty substantial diversion of almost 45 CFS. It'd probably run $8,000 a year, and this water we really only get probably 2 months out of the year, and that's a lot of money for little water. It's not really about the fish. We've have a fish screen on our diversion. We've done our part to protect the fish. Whether we pay this money and meet their agreement, it's still not going to change anything else on the fish. We still have adjudicated water right to divert our water, and that's our property, that's our constitutional right, and that's what we're going on.
The tactics that have been taken by Fish and Game are outrageous, to say the least, and more of a extortion nature. And I don't take to that too well. I just feel that the adjudicated water right is part of our property, and for them to come in and take it with an open-ended type of permit, which may mean thousands of dollars, and probably increase, because it seems like every governmental agency that has anything to do with anything, their fees go up steadily. However, our agricultural entities, we're not allowed to pass that on.
Well, I'm not figuring on taking any fish. I wanted to go fishing, I'd go buy a fishing license, and it's a whole lot cheaper than one of the take permit. A letter from the Department of Fish and Game, dated April 19th, 2010. It says, Scott River Watershed Wide Permitting Program, Notice of Enrollment Period. Dear Agriculture Water Diverter, I'm not an agriculture diverter. I don't know why they want me to sign up and pay these humongous fees. On that letter I received from them, they said that if I wasn't going to divert water for agriculture use, that they would take me off of the list. At the meeting, Fish and Game had told me that if you were diverting from a well, you did not need to fill out this. She said, well, she had to talk to her supervisor about whether or not, and she came back and called me again and said that she would send me 9 pages to fill out. And I thought this was just for giving Fish and Game the okay to come and check out the well, but it turned out to be the same umpteen pages for permit.
The reason I signed up with the Fish and Game and the RCD was because I received quite a few letters from Fish and Game stating that I was liable for big fines and time in jail if I did not sign up. Well, as far as I'm concerned right now, I don't want to sign that permit because that was all done under threats.
Well, originally I received a letter from the Department of Fish and Game that indicated to me that if I didn't sign up or at least apply for $1,600 through the ITP, that it could cost me up to $25,000. Recently, we received a letter that all water users in Scott Valley received, and I understand Shasta Valley, that we were subject to the $1,600. We had to do an ITP permit, and if we didn't, there were fines up to $25,000 and other suits and other allegations that could be made against you. There's no scientific justification, in my opinion, and I've researched this, that the Department of Fish and Game is solving any problems with the coho salmon by wanting to take over not only our surface water rights, but now they're indicating that maybe they should take over and monitor our groundwater rights. The water rights on this property, like I said before, have been from the mid-1800s, and there's no rights that they have to come in and take my property away from me, because if you look at the deed of trust, and the value of this property is predicated on those water rights. And what people need to understand is that it's not just farmers, it's not just ranchers, it's homeowners, it's people out here, my neighbors that have 5 acres out here and they have maybe a horse in the backyard, or they have a nice garden.
Well, they've never come to us and offered us to rent our water. That would be nice. You know, that would make things easy for everybody. If they would have that option. If they wanted to rent or lease the water from us. They seem to be taking a little bit more every year. Yeah, no, it's they just keep putting more and more pressure on us to submit, and I don't see where we have much choice. And eventually, if they have their way, it's all going to be gone. This whole valley is going to be a desert.